was curious, from an offensive perspective, Miller was talking yesterday just about how, Minnesota had kind of a clear game plan to slow the game down, or limit possessions offensively. That obviously increases kind of the burden on you guys as a defensive line, just stay on the field and continue to run. How much of that have you seen so far this year in the Big Ten, and how much has that just kind of been a challenge of teams just kind of trying to wear you guys out?
Man, I feel like it's a game plan thing around the country. Teams come in with different game plans and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to see, different unique looks and all that kind of stuff week in and week out. I think the most specific thing, as far as that goes, is like playing in a conference like the Big Ten with great coaches and all really just amazing teams. You have people that are ready for the game every week. So I think that's what you have to expect.
Coming out of this Minnesota game, where do you feel like the run defense can be better, especially in a game against a very good running team?
Man, I feel like as a defensive whole, we can keep getting better, and on the defensive line specifically, just keep playing with a physical edge and allow everyone to do their job, and that's going to lead to great success as a whole defense. And coming out off that game and coming into this game, like you said, a team that runs the ball really well, and have to be ready for that.
Is it a goal on this kind of defensive front to generate a little bit more momentum, pass rush, a little bit more pressure against the pocket? How would you kind of evaluate how you guys have fared so far in these first few games?
I feel like as a front, as a whole, you want to be able to be productive and have all of that production go to anyone that's on the field, anyone that is able to play. And I feel like so far we've been getting better every week at it, and it's definitely been an emphasis in practice of trying to create pressure and get at the quarterback, and then along with that is just doing your job and then being in the right spot at the right time for all the run stuff as well.
COB Pepe is one of the guys in the room, and he's been here on campus for a long time. Where have you kind of seen his progression throughout the season, and how he is receptive, with any advice or anything from Coach Nula and Coach Henny?
Man, getting the chance to know Kobe is a blessing. Me and him have gotten super close just over the short time I've been here, and I think one thing that he does really, really well is take those coaching points and not add his own flair, do whatever, but listen to the coach, and whether it be Coach Nula or Coach Henny, and really be able to put it on the field. For example, last week there's a couple of things that he was working on that showed up in the game, and I think he does a really good job at that. And like being at the position he is, playing here for X amount of years, you get a knack for taking coaching.
Gavin, I believe you played the most defensive snaps in a couple of years since 2022 last game. Do you feel the effects of that late in the game? What's that like to play so many defensive snaps?
Man, I think it's just a really blessing to be able to be in a position have the coaches trust me to go out there, and I definitely have to be able to play the whole game. So I think that's just the one thing, like you said, not being the most amount of snaps I've played in quite some time, but just being able to take those snaps and play everyone like you don't know if it's your last kind of thing.
Did you feel any fatigue at the end of the game?
Man, after any football game, I think there's some fatigue, but I wouldn't say anything particularly. It's a football game, it's all 4 quarters.
Easton was talking about playing, kind of mean as a linebacker. What's your kind of take on being a defensive tackle and possibly playing mean or aggressive or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm playing on the defensive side of the ball. What I kind of grew up with was like the dark side, Lafer's dark side. Everyone wants to get the ball, be flashing, that kind of thing. So, kind of having, like going back to the dog work kind of thing, you're on the dark side, you're not getting the ball, it's not flashy, but you're taking a double team, and, you got to, bite down on your mouthpiece and, until you can't no more, I guess, that kind of thing. So there's definitely an aggressive piece to it.
Do more?
Star Wars fans?
100% a Star Wars fan. Don't get me going on the Star Wars. Big Star Wars guy, but yes, 100%.